Set your rules.
Hi and hello, friends. It's me, your old pal Voltaire, and welcome to another Saturday night edition of the Mic Drop, the only show in the space that's not political, not agenda-driven, and gives you nothing but hot takes and friendship, everybody. But please remember that the Mic Drop is a free-flowing conversation that oftentimes touches on mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Woo! Thank you, Voltaire, for that awesome intro. We are joined with Brian on the Saturday night mic drop. I don't know if this could be a regular thing. I've just been so busy during the week. What do you call this section again, Voltaire? What's
Well,
this?
and it's great that Brian's here for this. We offer something on this show, and everybody tells me in their faxes and cards and emails, you guys bring something that no other show does. It's the banter section of the show. I feel like I'm sitting around at a Buffalo Wild Wings having a few beers after work with my friends, listening to you guys banter. So this is the banter section of the show, everybody. We know you love it.
Yes. There's actually a lot of updates. Brian and Voltaire, Brian, you're my good friends. Bruce also always know what's going on in my personal life. Cyrus, I talked to Cyrus today. Honestly, it's been my personal life's good. It's really hard to find the time to stream because work, I am happy. I am blessed to have a job. Shout out, no matter what your politics are, to people, whether it's politics, decisions made by the government or whatever, or AI, or just regular layoffs around this time of year. Cost of living has always been steadily going up, no matter what administration. So it has been. It's really rough out there for workers, especially the low men on the totem pole.
Tell me about it, buddy.
I'm a workman. Yes,
I've been unemployed since September.
So I've worked in customer service almost like 25 years. I've never been unemployed. I don't want to jinx myself. I've gone through some really difficult times in the economy,
From personal experience, Max, just from somebody who's had good success in most cases when I do find myself unemployed, this time around has been exceedingly difficult.
Yeah. No, I do. And I talk to a lot of people for a living. We're not getting the specifics of people, but I think we all do. Brian and Voltaire, you know your profession, talk to a lot of people. You talk to a lot of people. I talk to lots of people during the day, and people are they're not even mean right now. They're just like fatigued about like the constant spinning the wheels, especially, I think everyone has value. Every job is important. There's some more important than others, of course, but we all rely on each other, really. So it's just the fatigue at the people at the bottom. Really,
we're on the precipice of a technological revolution.
Yes, and I'm not against AI, but
usually whenever this happens, I mean, the last time this happened historically was 100 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe 150 years ago with the Industrial Revolution.
Yes.
So you got to think about what happened then.
Yeah. So you're thinking, Brian, this is more akin to as big a change as the Industrial Revolution than as opposed to like the internet coming around. You think it's that big this time around?
Well, I think it is in a manner of speaking, that we have to.
People need to guide the internet now. There's things that
we kind of have to adjust the way we think about a lot of things.
Uh-huh.
And like as far as work in the future. I don't know.
Well,
Because I've always worked brick and mortar retail, and for me, I've been watching that on a steady decline for the last 20 some odd years. So
and the people that are left, it's not like it used to be. Like you get downtime. Like I'm blessed that I still have a job. My company has gone through layoffs. There's more work with less people, and you're competing with computers that don't make flaws. Like, well, you get to the next customer, you're taking too long to get to the next customer. I'm like, I need to breathe. AI and computers don't need to breathe. Donovan, I don't know why you're naive about the benefits of AI because you're against it. I mean, it's a scam. It's not a scam. It
doesn't matter. It's reality, dude.
Yeah.
Once they act, okay. I don't need to. You don't even to say computer technology. I'm not even talking about AI. I'm talking about automation.
Yeah.
Okay, like people have been losing their jobs due to automation for the last 50, 60 years.
Yeah, it's just faster.
Okay,
now.
that's just something that's happening, and now it's going into a sector where you can have an AI bot talk to a customer.
Yeah,
which is the same thing. Like like banks. Okay, banks used to have tellers. You know, about 6 or 7 of them all lined up. Like go to an older bank and you can see it. There's just rows and rows of where tellers used to be. Okay,
those jobs are the first to go, especially if the economy starts tanking more. Because I was, maybe Voltaire can add this. I was the teller jobs in the bank, actual physical brick and mortar bank locations. Like they're always declining. But if it gets worse, why do you want to have somewhere where customers can go and complain in person? And then I was out shopping Thursday. There was a meeting at like Chase Bank. There was all these guys in suits. I'm like, what is it, Illuminati? There were no customers in there whatsoever. I was like, wow, why aren't they more scared? They were just talking to each other. There was no one there. I'm like,
yeah, I had to go into a bank branch like 3 months ago to do a wire transfer for something, and there was like a couple of elderly people
and 2 tellers,
like a couple of tellers, like a guy who didn't speak English. That was pretty clear. And then like a few staff and they're mumbling around. And I was like, why is there even a branch?
No, that's the first, like if the economy starts going, there's more and more branches.
And not only that, but nowadays, what do you see? Kiosks everywhere. And what's at a kiosk? ATM machine. Okay. ATM machine came out in what, the 80s? Okay. You could call that AI if you want.
Okay. Well, let's get to rosier topics, but I'm just explaining as to why my work has been so stressful. My customers are stressed that it's exhausting, and I've been dealing with more customers. I guess that should make me feel I have job security, at least in the time being, but there's really no job security in this economy. And with the AI coming for anyone except the like really high-end professionals, that it's going to take a while to get to that type of.
The thing is, though, it's like, what are you going to do without all these people without jobs? And I feel like that's kind of what they tried during COVID.
Well, that's what I was going to start. I don't know. I'm kind of abandoning hashtags, but for AI, I'm like, I was going to say AI doesn't buy. You know, all these companies need to think about that. You place their workers, but AI doesn't buy anything. AI is not loyal. You know, some of these loyal customers are harder to find than they used to be, but AI doesn't buy anything.
We're in a very strange period of American history right now. I don't know this just little things like, okay, the big thing in America was work hard, buy a house, start a family. You know, this is literally the American dream, right? They've taken away the home ownership dream for most people, right? What's their solution for it? Let's make the mortgages 50 years instead of 30 years.
That's stupid.
Well, let's make people rent forever. And I guess the logic is, now, that's not going to bring home prices down. It's actually going to increase home prices, but it will make homes more affordable.
I mean, if you're at the point where it's either that or you have to rent, and it's the $100 difference with going a 50-year mortgage, it makes it where you could start getting a mortgage instead of just renting, where it goes and you know, you don't get anything for it. I could see that, but
or if you live in a vindictive state that just raises the taxes to compensate.
Yeah, well, that too. But I guess the logic is you're buying a
tax
home
in California. Cocksuckers. Oh,
Yeah, it's
It makes gas expensive in Nevada. It's bullshit.
People
Okay,
are kind of doing that anyway when they keep doing them to the refinance cycle. That's why I'm struggling. I refuse to refinance again my mortgage and just keep recycling this debt over and over. That's why I'm like so tight right now. Is like my uncle died at 50 with a heart attack, and he was constantly redoing his mortgage, refinancing, and he never paid it off.
right.
Like I never want to be in that position, so I'm struggling now. I don't have kids, at least I could do that struggle when it's just two adults here and some pets. But that's why it's been hard. But I am planning on streaming more again, not as frequent as it once was, because I also got to keep my exercise schedule, things like that. And job is just shout out to all of the viewers here or anyone watching the replay. I know everyone's job's gotten a little bit more intense lately. Voltaire, without details, it's been intense, right? For you too?
Yeah, it's been extra busy and competitive and all that. Hey, Max, somebody, Cheeseman's pointed out, you have 2 streams up.
Yeah, I don't know why StreamYard did something where it does something like the shorts version of the stream. So I guess it's doing that both, and I don't know how to.
I was gonna say, I'm looking at this even on our screen. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, so here it does this. I don't know.
So you can like broadcast it out to Instagram for live streams.
And I don't know. Is this broadcasting on YouTube Shorts too? I have no idea.
Why aren't you syncing this with X, by the way? Why don't you do that anymore?
Let me see if I can.
It's probably been so long they've lapsed.
Yeah, I can't right now. I could do that ahead of time because I found out people weren't watching on where I was getting ad revenue on YouTube, and they were just watching on X.
All right, I get it.
I at least get my few cents, hundred views, and I think it was hurting the views a little bit.
Okay.
I've tried to get it following on X. I feel like X people and Twitter people are snobbish. I can never get a good growth on X. It's always get to over 1,000 followers, under 1,000 followers. I've been out like that for 3 years. Even if I pay for X, and I didn't want to renew to Elon. I tried it for a year to see if it got any growth. Nope. Even when I'm premium. The only way to grow on X is you have to be on X all the time, and like as soon as news drops, instead of retweeting it, save the image, make your own caption, and put it out like you're reporting the news when it happens. And I'm always late to the party. There's no way I'm going to get a following on X, so I've just abandoned it. And I got to actually click that box. No, renew, Elon. It's not worth it for me. Let's get to Rational Super Chat, and then I'll say the other big announcement that I'm going to make that might piss some people off. Rational Skeptic, $5. Rational, you may not be happy with me. I think I'm getting rid of my Xbox. I'm at least going to let a friend borrow it because I've discontinued my Game Pass and I'm not using it as much. So it's going to a friend's house and let them use it for a while. Because I actually get sick looking at it. I'm so disgusted by Microsoft. With the announcement of the Steam box, looks like traditional consoles are dying. Now one box can play all Sony and Microsoft exclusives. I'm actually very excited about that. I like retro consoles when they had the console exclusive games and the curated experience of a console launch and the different controllers and the different looks of the systems. But as we've been getting next gen, they've all been more and more the same besides Nintendo. They're just similar graphics, easily ports. The controllers are a little different. So, and the younger consumer, just like we can't let the dinosaurs in the movie industry decide that, the theater has to be exactly the same and people are just going to come back if you do exactly the same thing. Younger generations grow up a different way. They just want to watch things where they want to watch things. They want to play games where they want to play games. They are not. I think younger generations tend to be less loyal to a platform and more to like, I just want to play the game wherever I want to play it.
Yeah.
Like younger generations don't, they play Fortnite everywhere. They play all the games that are the most popular. They play everywhere, right? Minecraft, you play everywhere.
Right.
Minecraft was the first game from Microsoft that was everywhere, and no one mentioned that years ago. You know,
What is tell me?
Isaac's here. Isaac, the biggest movie fan. 57. Duh, Max.
Come on, Isaac. It's the holiday season.
I love Isaac. I haven't seen him in a while.
Sure. So hang on. What's the because this Steam box or whatever you want to call it? It's very intriguing to me. You know, I use a little bit of Steam when I play my ROG Ally. What's the downside to it? Like, how does it not beat the PlayStation 5 in every single way?
It's the price.
We don't know the price yet.
You think it's gonna be more than like $500?
No, it's gonna be more like $2,000.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be at least 1,000.
Oh, so it's gonna be the price of a gaming rig.
Because they said it's 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. The other Steam, the Steam handheld.
Well, how the hell are they gonna? So they're gonna try to prevent to instead of having people buy a gaming rig, they're gonna have them.
Well, people have been migrating more to PC anyway because you don't have to pay to play on games online. You just buy your game. You don't have to pay a subscription on PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox right now. You have to pay them just to play your game online, where you don't have to do it on the PC. And the younger generations, just like the movie industry, has to get a clue. They're not.
Okay, so Rational says that price leaked. It's going to be $500. That's what I heard.
If it's $500, it's going to be really tempting.
Okay, so let's presume it's $600. What is the downside to going with that versus a PS5? Explain to me.
I think people might. I think might start to cut in the new PS5 sales because it plays Game Pass, PlayStation games, and Steam games. As long as PlayStation doesn't pull their games off of Steam, because I think Sony games are now on PC, and I don't know if they're on Steam platform too. Sony might start to second guess putting their games on other platforms if they do that, because people really like the Sony brand right now. Though Sony and Nintendo are pretty on point. Microsoft has whiffed, and I say that as an Xbox fan. Even the name of the system, Series, it's as simple as that. Series X, Series S. It sounds stupid. PlayStation, they've never changed the name of their console, and it's really succeeded for them. Besides the quality of the consoles, what's the next PlayStation after 5, Brian? PlayStation 6. It's so simple. Simple is good to the consumer,
No, they're going to skip 6 and go straight to 7.
No. There's no way. They have the best thing going. They have the best thing going in. Like, what if Nintendo, after the success of the Switch 1 and Switch 2, what are they going to do next? Switch 3? I don't know.
Yeah, but so again, answer my
they're always
question.
in a weird. Yeah.
What would you, if you're a gamer, and you're consoling, why would you get the PS5 versus the Steam box?
Why would you get PS5 over the Steam box?
Correct.
The haptic controller is pretty good, even though I really don't. I can't stand the haptic controller because there's very few games that take advantage of it, and the controller, you have to unless my controllers are maybe my controllers are bad because I have 2 of them. They do not hold a charge at all. I cannot stand recharging them, and they don't feel as comfortable as the PS4 controller. To me, feels better. I have one right here. It's dusty. I like this control. This controller feels better to me. Besides the haptics, it looks really dusty. Sorry. And then the Xbox controller feels better to me.
Okay, so look, you can use any controller you want with the Steam box.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm wondering, how is this not going to crush the PS5?
It's just the install base is already pretty high on the PlayStation right now. It's like the wheels are already greased. There's some really good console exclusives that come to PlayStation first before they get to the PC release.
Okay. So the PC releases are still later.
Yeah, there are still some consumers that are loyal to a brand, and Sony has that. Microsoft customers, there's very few that are like loyal to the brand anymore because they've been effed over too many times. So Nintendo, they're very loyal to the brand. But yeah, I mean, it could be competition. It could be a game changer. If they come in at a low price point and it does all those things, yeah. Well, definitely Microsoft's going to rethink what it's doing with the next one.
And
And
the
then
Steam OS is just fine. It's nice. It's easy to use. And there's a lot of old games on there. You know what I mean? I just don't see the advantage of getting a PS5 over a Steam box.
Even though I say the younger generations are less loyal to a brand than the older generations, the people that are still my age that are still in the current gen gaming really support the PlayStation brand, and there's still that branding there. Sony's done pretty good.
Interesting.
Sony's done good. Nintendo's done good. There's also some Sony. Well, Last of Us was doing pretty good until the last season, like crossover to live action. The only people come on, Rashto, you were such a loyal fan of Microsoft for the longest time. My second can tonight. I'm having a good time.
Good for you, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, should I get to my other announcement?
Yeah. We're still in the banter section, everybody.
This is the long-ass banter section. Please get the thumbs up there. We barely get 20 likes. I know we have hundreds of viewers. Please like the video. Show us you're not AI by actually thumbsing up the video and commenting. Screw AI. We support MME or something or replay crew. Please put something in that. It is alcoholic beverage. I won't comment on it. It's hard cider. I never go overboard. The only time I ever went overboard on alcohol was my bachelor night. So I'm behaving. I'm not driving anywhere tonight. That's my last one for tonight. Okay, my other announcement is it's about going to movies. My theater reviews. When I go to a movie, I will still review it, but there's going to be less. And I'm not like an anti where I'm not going to support the industry because I'm mad or it's crap or woke or whatever you want to say. It's just it's more time management, and as my life's been getting busier as I'm getting older, which happens. Like Voltaire, is your life busier than it used to be when you were younger?
Yeah, it feels that way.
Yeah. So I have less time, especially with exercise, which has become a part of my life. And it's a very important part of my life. And not only managing online friendships, but, touching grass and meeting new friends and, spending time with family too, outside of YouTube. It's been harder. And even besides the price of like an IMAX viewing movie, dedicating a whole night to get to a time, pre-order the ticket. I've just been fatigued with that whole experience. And I know Brian's been beating this drum forever. And it's not that I'm anti-ice. Support entertainment in any way you want. I still might buy. Maybe because I go to less movies, I'll start buying physical media again, current physical media like a 4K or a Blu-ray, Maybe I'm like, you know what? I didn't go to the theater, but I'm going to buy it on home video, Maybe I won't get the 4K. And that might help my Tape Hunter series because Tape Hunter isn't going anywhere. But honestly, the few recent movies I've seen, I saw Tron Ares, which I really liked. I saw Weapons, which I was I didn't really like Weapons until I saw it a second time. I liked that.
I liked it quite a bit.
And the last movie that I was really looking forward to was Predator. And without too much spoilers, and I know people love this Predator movie, we're getting back to James Gunn. James Gunn created a trend.
Yeah, we were doing good too.
No, James Gunn created a trend with Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's a very popular trend. And you know what? The audience rewards it. Of creating a crew of characters, having a cutesy character like Baby Groot, then you get the Mandalorian, Baby Grogu, and expanding the universe and combining universes. And I know I usually like that. No, Isaac, listen, this Predator movie is doing better than the last few Predator movies in theater. good job. It just wasn't for me. And people love this movie, but it kind of was like, they had a really unique premise at the beginning where it's from the Predator's point of view, his clan, his trying to get a trophy and show his status within his clan and his family and his messed up family history. And it kind of veered in another direction to go more towards melding two universes, Alien, Predator. And CGH actually went on my review. He's like, what the F are you talking about? It was a wonderful movie. Probably for him it was, because he's been wanting the Alien Predator. And I want Alien Predator to combine together too, but it's more like a group of it felt like they're trying to get a group of superheroes together to go on missions instead of a Predator movie. And I was like, it wasn't a bad movie. I just was like, I'm not feeling this movie. And then I get home, and whenever I want to, I press play on Netflix and I start watching Frankenstein, and I didn't even finish Frankenstein. That's the other benefit. I'm so busy that it's very rare that I will sit through a whole movie uninterrupted. I usually watch half and then finish half later because I have to go help take care of my parents or something else, or, go do something, maybe stream. I just love the accessibility of pressing play whenever I want, pausing it whenever I need to, or if I get tired, pause it and revisit it later. And Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro is amazing. It deserves a theatrical release. I know it got a limited theatrical release. And Brian, you've been saying there's some great stuff on streaming too. I actually feel I've been reconnecting more to the streaming quality lately than the movie quality. Now I'm going to go see The Odyssey when that comes out and big event movies, but I feel the fatigue of going to see every release like I used to. And honestly, if my roots being a poor person, and why Tape Hunters is so good for me is that's how I grew up, is finding what was available cheap, on the cheap, used media. And I connected to it more. And I'm going to start doing more reviews of stuff I have and occasional movie reviews. But I do not think I'm going to renew my AMC A-list. I weighed my options. I canceled my Game Pass. I'm getting to the point where I have so much entertainment, so many subscription services. That's the other thing that's happening. How many subscription services is anyone sick of subscription services? I'm not going to get rid of them all. Like, there's people going off the grid. Like, I'm canceling every subscription service I have, but I got to pick and choose what subscription services I want, especially since everyone in unison is raising the prices.
I'm almost at the point now where I don't mind ads. And the free apps like Pluto TV and all that kind of stuff, I'm digging that. Like, they've got tons of options on there just for.
But I have to pick, me personally. Maybe Voltaire can afford all the subscription services he wants because he's successful in life, and more power to you, Voltaire. I have to pick and choose my subscription services, and I think the AMC A-list is going to the wayside because time, money, and other things I'm on my plate, and it's just I enjoy just relaxing at home and watching a movie when I want to press play, and the quality is high. Like, people say streaming quality is crap. I'm like, I don't see it. It's pretty good. Also something on my radar, I'm going to do another series called My Algorithm. I recently finished with my wife Silo on Apple Plus. That show is amazing, and that's on streaming, and I enjoyed it, and it went deeper than you get in the movie. The storylines go real deep because it's episode to episode. It's basically post-apocalyptic. They're in silos, but they've been there for a long time and they don't know why they're in silos. And then there's people controlling how people live in the silos. It's sort of like Fallout, but not. It's really good. And I don't want to say too much about it, but I'm so in on that show. I really enjoy it. And I watched it at my home, and, watching things at my home, I have good setup at home. I'm focusing on that, and I'm going to start doing my VHS reviews.
I'm not saying anything because this is all points I've made in the past.
Yeah. And I don't want to be shamed by the industry that Silo is a book series. Okay, cool. People also shame me for not being much of a reader, but I might buy the book series for my wife because she really was into it. You know, we binged the first 2 seasons. Even with my limited time, I went right through it. I still didn't finish Peacemaker season 2, but I finished Silo season 2 already. But that's where I'm at. I don't know, Brian, if you want to add to it, Voltaire, how do you feel about going to the theatrical? I know we talked about it on the mic drop. You're in movie talk, but how do you in chat combine with us? I know chat, you might, Isaac, the biggest movie fan, you're the big movie fan. Donovan, you love movies. I love movies too, but I'm saying love them how you want, support them how you want to. Maybe I'll pick them up on Blu-ray. Maybe I'll wait for home release. And then there's no way I'm not going to see the Odyssey in theater. There's no way I'm not going to see Doomsday in theater. But some of these other movies, they're not bad. I'm just like, okay. Right. When you have to fit it into the theatrical, you're confined to the theatrical way a movie has to go, like 2 hours. You have to do certain points, whereas I think you have more freedom in streaming, And
I had the same experience with Frankenstein as you. I haven't finished it. I'll go back to it, but like you, I just don't want to sit down for all that time and watch it. But what does the
thank you, Cheeseman. Sorry to interrupt. No, I don't want to be shamed for not watching movies. I don't want to be shamed for watching movies how I want to watch them and when I want to watch them. The other thing is, as a consumer, when you pick and choose, if you get rid of FOMO, you're going to have a lot more money in your wallet, and you're going to be a lot more, if you don't really care. If I didn't do movie talk, I wouldn't care about seeing right away at all. I would wait. I wouldn't see a lot of these things, and I'd eventually see them, and support them. And I want to support them. And I grew up poor. I'm still poor, so I can get movies for 10 cents sometimes. I can enjoy them when I want to enjoy them. And like video games too. Brian, you like video games. You like your Series X. If you don't give in the FOMO and you just wait to get a game when it's on sale, you're actually going to have a 10 times superior experience, because the games are going to be patched and all ready to go, unless you wanted to play online right away.
I was going to say, I have a perfect example of not worrying about FOMO. Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's a little show on Netflix that's coming out for its final season here pretty soon. And I kind of flat out refused to watch it. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to get swept up in the hype and all this kind of shit. And sure enough, I didn't. But then I went and watched the show, and, once the hype died down, and damn, Stranger Things is a pretty good show.
Yeah. It is good. And they waited. They didn't just pumped out the seasons because they're making money. They waited.
My point is, though, I didn't care about missing out on anything. Mm-hmm. At the time.
They've kept the quality up. And that's one I do want to see right away, because everyone's going to be talking about it, and the quality is high, and they didn't oversaturate with too many seasons of bullshit. There were a few seasons that weren't as great as the other ones, but they have retained their audience, and they deserve their audience, or they deserve to go out. And a lot of entertainers have thrived from that series and gone on to bigger and better things. The majority of the cast, except David Harbour, he was almost canceled. But yeah, no, I agree. That honestly, if something's in the theater and Stranger Things the final season, I'm going to go see I'm going to watch Stranger Things at home. In Frankenstein, I don't care if it was, Netflix or wherever. That is epic movie making. That felt like something special.
High budget. It looks great.
Oh, every single frame is beautiful. One of my favorite Oscar Isaac performances already, and I didn't finish it yet. He just does great, Rational says, you're too cheap and lazy to go no, quite the opposite of being lazy. As you grow older, you take more and more responsibilities. I am a caregiver to my parents. I have 2 jobs. I am in the, I don't get free screeners or something, and all this stuff. I don't the other thing is, fuck Josh Den of Nerds. I know it was just to get attention. I know it was just to get. Fuck you, Josh.
Whoa, what happened? What
I'm
was the
so
update?
sick of like in this day and age. He's a family man. He's taking care of kid, whatever. To complain about not getting $500 per stream, fuck you. I'm so sick of him and the John Campias and all the complaints. John Campia never even buys any movies. He gets access to all his movies, which he deserves it. You know, he's put the time in. I'm so sick of these complaining assholes where people would love to have the opportunities they have, and they're such whining bitches. And I know he was just doing to get attention, but that's actually drew me back to wanting to get the live streams again. I'm like, this douchebag is complaining about not getting $500 for a stream. Fuck you. This is the kind of assholes that succeed on YouTube. Screw you, Josh. I don't ever want to talk to him again. Like, there was a time that I might want to interview him for an interview series. I'm like, what a fucking asshole.
That's going to break his heart.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm like, even if you were doing it just for attention, I didn't make $500 on a stream me and Star Wars. Because you know why that was a thing? Because they didn't have any Star Wars to talk about that day. You know, they would rather complain about how much in super chats they got. These are the assholes that are getting success online. And you know what? People want to support them. Go right a fucking head. But that makes me want to come back to YouTube more. I'm like, these douchebags have success. I want to get my bag, but I want to, I want to engage in the community and not complain about being on live streams and being talking about nerd stuff. I love talking about nerd stuff. I wish I had more time to talk about nerd stuff. I just have to prioritize. I mean, basically what I said, if I had all the time in the world, I would keep my AMC A list, but it's just so much. It's just so much going on right now. And there's great entertainment at home, and I'm not opposed.
Tons of entertainment at home.
And it's at my fingertips. And yeah. Josh isn't watching this channel. Thank you for the gray order, Josh. Larry Quarkwitz, member for 31 months. Thank you, Larry. Am I seeing you soon? Are you visiting me? Also, I might have my friend Relapse is touring the United States with his wife, and there should be in Pittsburgh this weekend, right when my car is having problems. I got to take the car to the shop. But I was supposed to drive him around, and then my car started. I think I needed brakes or something. It's been making some grinding noises. See, I think I overbooked. I think Larry and my friend Relapse are both coming to Pittsburgh. Although
quite a weekend,
Larry, you can stay at my house because my friend Relapse is getting a hotel with his wife. So I don't know. You might meet someone from Australia too, Larry. And I don't know if you got a ticket to Seven Dust. I didn't know if I didn't get my ticket. I don't know what's going on. I know I'm going to see you. I'm going to have a good time this week.
Good live, man.
No, I know, and it's acoustic show, but I didn't get my ticket.
Oh, wow.
I could still get a ticket, I guess. I don't know. Maybe oh, you got mine. I do have a ticket. Okay. Well, maybe I need to talk to Relapse and see if is their ticket still available? I have to figure this out.
Man's got a ticket for you. You're going to the Seven Dust show with him.
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah. But anyway, fuck you, Josh.
Back to that.
Okay, should we
hang on? How much does that AMC Movie Pass cost a month?
$25.
Okay. And if you're not getting value out of it, you're not getting value out of it.
Then, like, if I bring a friend or I bring my wife, I have to buy a second ticket, and that's $17.99 for IMAX.
Now, if you're someone like our friend Joe, who's going to the theater nonstop, it's a value for him. But, if you're not.
And then the movies are garbage. It's just like the last few movies, I just felt, wow, this is a lot of time to devote to one night for one movie.
I almost fell asleep the last 2 times I went and saw movies, man.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I mean, granted, one of them was at Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
the theater industry, no matter what, the in-person theater, and it's going to be there's going to be a generation.
But there's no way you're not going to see the Odyssey, right? Christopher Nolan just finished filming.
See, that's the thing, dude. It's all about event films going forward.
Yes.
Right.
Like,
right. It'll be a niche experience. Right.
been saying that for months, man.
Yeah. Same here. I mean, it's just too good. I love streaming stuff. It's great.
And our main
Convenience
topic,
always is going to win.
Mhm.
there's no way I am not going to go see opening weekend The Legend of Zelda live action. Are you kidding me? That's an event, you know? So let me take down the volume. Legend of Zelda action being filmed in New Zealand, and it looks great. You know, I said I wanted live action over animation after the success of Mario on the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. I don't know. I kind of going back and forth. Maybe they should have done animation, but there looks like they're going for it. It looks great. I'm very happy for Nintendo fans. And like Brian's been saying, comic books are on the way out. Video games, we're getting a lot more video game properties that are being done well. Fallout, Last of Us was doing well. Mario, people like the Sonic movies. The Sonic movies are making more and more each movie. You know?
No, got to get on the trend, man.
But what do you think of the Zelda first images? I didn't know they were going to get filming this quick.
I'm excited. I just hope they don't F it up.
I mean, just based on the surface level image, it looks legit.
Well, there's the potential they can go full on Lord of the Rings with this, or they can go Willow.
These shots remind me of Lord of the Rings off the top, but you know these are very.
Or they can go Willow, if you know what I mean. Okay.
Oh, so
But
this is the guy who did Planet of the Apes, the director, right? So
the only problem Nintendo has now that they do live action Zelda is how for the next gen Zelda, how do they go back to not having voiceover and just doing like captions and dialogue and grunts and noises? Because Nintendo's done that for a while.
It's the only thing I hate about Nintendo, bro.
Yeah.
I hate reading.
I mean,
I'm so sick of it, dude. I clip through the fucking dialogue.
I hate reading.
What is this, 1995, man? Jesus, dude.
It just sounds funny.
God.
I mean, but yeah, if this is like Lord of the Ringsy and that kind of thing, I think there's a niche market for that, and people love that.
I don't even think there's a niche market for that. That's you're crossing over into like
right. There's just a market
Lord of the Rings territory. So if they could do this and make it serious looking, and I'm not trying to be like overly serious, but make it take itself seriously somewhat,
a legitimate film, yeah,
and make it believable, dude. People are gonna flock to that shit, dude. It's gonna be amazing. Well, it's gonna be the next.
Yeah, let's hear the director getting interviewed talking about
your next project. You're going to go do, I think is going to be a pretty definitive take on The Legend of Zelda.
Let's hope.
I'm sure it's something you can't talk too much about yet, but I'd love to hear, like, what does that mean to you? What are you hoping to accomplish with Legend of Zelda as a film?
Man. Yeah, I mean, I grew up on playing that game. It's super
right there,
important to me.
Right there, pause it. Okay, right there is why this movie's going to do good.
The guy that's directing grew up playing the game.
And so did you, and so did I. And so did anybody else who had a Nintendo or Super Nintendo.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you're going to Warner Brothers trying to revitalize Lord of the Rings, I think this is probably got more buzz than Lord of the Rings.
Oh, absolutely. I think more people have played Zelda than have read Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. Well, Lord of the Rings
could be wrong.
Amazon has blown it with what they've done so far, but anyway.
Well, they need to save it. They need to try to stick the landing in the third season, maybe, and I'll change my mind.
Second season was better than the first season, that's for sure.
All right, let's see what else.
For me to like worlds that occupy my imagination forever. It's part of my DNA. You know what I mean? So I'm a giant fan, and so I'm gonna approach it that way, you know, and try to give people what they want, but try to make something great, something worthy of the property. You know what I mean? That's kind of all I can do.
I talked about how you use physicality to tell story. Is Link gonna talk?
Is Link gonna talk?
A or B, C, you know, pick. I'll just have like the game. You just have like little dialogue boxes pop up in the movie, and you pick which one you want.
Yeah.
Of what he says.
That's the only telling you that's the only problem Nintendo has now that they got this universe. Where's the chat? The chat disappeared. Chat converse with us. We're not talking about James Gunn or Superman or DC, and then no one's chatting. Come on, chat. Let us know about what you want in the Nintendo Cinematic Universe next.
Like the video, everybody. So you think they're gonna have him talking?
They have to. You can't have him not talk. I mean, that was part of the problem in the Halo series too. Master Chief talks, but too much talking. Like, that's the one big flaw about translating video games to live action is you're supposed to be the character, so there's not much talking in every video game, you know. Some video game characters don't talk that much. Everyone's asleep because we're talking about Nintendo. This is exciting.
Right. And it wasn't really that he couldn't talk. It's just
picking dialogue boxes.
Yeah. Interesting. I think they're going to need to make him talk.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that, Brian?
There should be no such thing as a dialogue box in 2025.
No, they're not going to have dialogue box. I think they're going to have to make them talk is what I'm saying.
That's the one thing I will heavily criticize Nintendo on is that they're in the next gen, they're in 4K, and they're still trying to hold on to this noises with dialogue boxes because it's cute and it's a way to make the product cheaper. It's voice acting and voice talent. Although now they might just use AI. I don't know. Actually, the Japanese companies have been more reluctant to use AI than the United States and other regions video game developers. I don't know. Not all Japanese developers, but Larry Korchkowitz just basically came up with the James Gunn version of Legend of Zelda. Link saying, "Well, excuse me, princess." Yes, that would be if James Gunn directed it.
I used to love that show with Captain Lou and
yeah. Oh, is that what that's from?
Oh hell yeah, dude! The Nintendo Power Hour.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, that was good.
And I had that other cartoon with the kid that had his belt buckle was the controller, and he had the Power Glove.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the Power Glove? Hell yeah.
I never owned one. I just saw the commercials on Saturday mornings. And
it just looked cool. I never wanted to actually.
I see them at thrift stores. Thrift stores, and I think my cousins had some when we were kids.
Well, fortunately, some other some other Japanese developer gone on the record saying they don't want to use AI, and Nintendo's doing pretty good about not laying off developers so far. So, all right. So
sorry, go ahead.
Well, here's a look at 2026 video game adaptation movies. And someone put this on Twitter. Return to Silent Hill, which I didn't know they were filming. Mario Galaxy, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter. And I want each of us in the chat to pick which one you think is going to be the most successful or what one do you want to be the most successful. I actually think that I'll go first. I'm really looking forward to Mortal Kombat because Carl Urban is Johnny Cage. But we've had a lot of Mortal Kombat movies and live action. We've only had so much Street Fighter, and the cast they got from Street Fighter, I think, they used to have some brilliant castings in there. They even got Momoa.
On how they do Street Fighter, right?
Yeah, I think I don't have all the cast up now, but I think they have the casting is very interesting for Street Fighter. They got some interesting characters for the fighters. Isaac says the Mario Galaxy movie. I really liked the Mario movie. I thought it was fun. It was different than I wanted, but it worked and it was successful. I don't know if they could recapture that level of success with the sequel. I don't know. I think it was a surprise. Like Sonic's been steadily growing more and more. Now they got Shadow. They got Keanu Reeves as Shadow. And it just keeps making more and more money. I don't know if the Mario Galaxy movie has enough freshness based off the first one to like recapture that. It was lightning in a bottle when Mario hit, and no one thought it was going to be good, right? I think because of the 90s Mario movie.
You're underestimating kids. New kids love Mario too.
Isaac 6 Max comment. It has to do. I do think it'll do good, but I mean, on the level of the first movie, though.
Yes,
I think Zelda might have the success of like the first movie.
Well, you think it's going to be $1 billion movie, Zelda?
Yeah, if it's done well, Yes, I
Doesn't
think
have
people
the
are
power
fun.
of Mario. I'm sorry. Mario is too much power. Little kids nowadays love Mario. I don't know that little kids love Zelda
Yeah,
like we did as kids.
But I think it's more on the level of like the Deadpool, Isaac. Deadpool, they had a few whiffs with Deadpool in live action, the Wolverine movies, and then they had to do like a campaign just to get Brian Reynolds as Deadpool, the release. And then it was a smash success. It was lightning in the bottle. But Deadpool 2 did not make anywhere near Deadpool 1 money. I think it's like something like that. Like people were
By
not
the way,
expecting Mario to be good.
Deadpool 2 has some of the better jokes, in my opinion.
I like Deadpool 2 better, yes. Is Galaxy movie a sequel to the last one or just an adaptation of the game? I think it's a sequel and an I think it's just that they
both,
go
Larry. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah. But
So
we didn't
I'd love a good Street Fighter movie. I would really love it. It's just I just don't know. I think the Mario movie is going to be another $1 billion film. Little kids will go see Mario nonstop.
Yeah, I think as far as it all goes, I think Mario is probably going to do the best out of the three. Mortal Kombat, that's kind of a. I'm probably interested in seeing Mortal Kombat the best, just because the first one was still pretty intriguing. Don't get me wrong; it had its moments, but Street Fighter, I'm intrigued. But the thing is, though, is like, I mean, I really haven't, aside from getting that one Street Fighter collection, it had been 20, almost 30 years since I had played Street Fighter.
But I love the characters; they just haven't had a good story.
And I don't know how I feel about the one that came out in the 90s because, I mean, well, I was a kid, so I loved it.
Sure, yeah. I had the kid,
but I didn't realize it was like the most universally hated movie of all time. No, so like, rest in peace, Raul Julia. Shame for him to go out in that one, but I don't know, man. If they give me a good Guile, give me a good Ken, give me a good Ryu, a Fireball,
Momoa's playing Blanca.
Yeah, they had some interesting castings in there.
I don't have makeup, or is it just going to be like some dude pretending to be Blanca?
Interesting. He's going to look pretty much like he looks like as Lobo, but green.
Oh, so Jason Momoa playing Jason Momoa, because aside from
that's what I expect, to be honest with you.
Even Khal Drogo,
Lobo.
I think the last time Jason Momoa played a character that wasn't Jason Momoa was Stargate Atlantis.
I like Stargate Atlantis. Yeah.
And so the guy playing Bison, he's the guy who played Polka Dot in Suicide Squad, right?
Oh, really? I like him. He's always in Christopher Nolan movies.
So interesting. It'll be interesting. They just need a proper story for it. I just don't know how that'll go. Well, so Isaac, I think Max is forgetting that like kids movies that have an appeal where parents can bring kids in, big animated films, always make money. And Mario did that. And it will have families going and families taking their kids. So it's very challenging to beat that at the box office, in my opinion.
I'd be happy to be wrong, I'm trying to find John Roca.
Oh boy, he's been on a rampage.
I love it because I love him. I would actually like to talk with him again. He's very political, but I wanted to get him about the Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, I sent you the link. I sent you the tweet. He sent me. What you're looking for?
You sent it to me. I was trying to find out where in my Twitter. Oh, you sent it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes.
Here we go.
This is a topic. We're not going to get too political here, but this is stupid. John Roca, I think you're just retweeting this. You're just the mirror of the dumb. You go woke, you go broke. It's just a mirror of that, saying you go MAGA, you go broke. There's been a long
fighting with people in the comments, by the way.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically what they're saying is this new Sydney Sweeney movie, because she's not confirmed that she just doesn't talk about her politics. She's probably Republican. I don't care.
How is she Republican? What indication of her politics?
I have other evidence, and I don't care. who cares?
Because she's not out and about burning her bra and trying to.
Is that what it
is? But here's the thing. There's a history of beautiful actresses doing Oscar bait roles, like Halle Berry, and what was that movie she was in? Monster or something? No, that was Charlize Theron. Monsters Ball and Monster, whatever. Of doing this Oscar bait stuff of doing different type of character than they're normally doing. They lean into their sex appeal for their image, for their image of their acting career too, and which is fine to do. Sex sells, So to suggest because of her politics that she's gone broke, this role, she does not lean into what's made her extremely popular. I underestimated Sydney Sweeney, saying she wasn't a great actress, and then people corrected me. You didn't see her in Euphoria, you didn't see her in this horror movie, and I will give her more of a chance. She is leaning into a role that's going to challenge her physically and acting ability. That's not just leaning into what's made her extremely popular, and so on the social media side, the selling the soap and bathwater, whatever the hell. She uses her sex appeal for her image, and she's fine with it, and she doesn't feel guilty about it. So that also people feel like that's anti-woke if you just like lean into your sexuality and stuff. No, sex sells regardless of your politics. It just does. And people across political opinions like sexiness too. This role does not appeal to that part of her social media and her image. So it just challenges, and it's Oscar bait movie. So it's not because of her politics that this movie is not doing well. It's because of the type of project it is. And actually, I'm more intrigued to see this than her next rom-com, really. Honestly, me personally. I actually would want to see this, but to suggest to go with that narrative, it's this bullshit culture war stuff, and it just would. I want Brian to comment on it first. It just proves that both sides do this culture war bullshit with, stupidness. It's not because of her politics this isn't lighting up the box office. It's because of the type of project, right, Brian?
Oh, it's about a pair of jeans.
It's about her jeans. Yeah.
No, dude, it's just, dude.
To suggest that it's not doing good because of her politics, though.
No, well, no. Yeah, yes, I will, because of the people involved. It's the same thing. If it were to go in the other direction, I'm sure it wasn't as marketed as well as it should have been. Had it been some other actress, that might have been more outspoken about leftist causes. Yeah.
I am going to comment on that because I supported Ruby Rose when she was Batwoman. I watched that show. I don't think it was horrible. I think
if she can finish a show without getting fired, I'd love to see it.
No, but she has just ended her career, and she sounds like such a sour bitch.
Well, sorry. That Sydney Sweeney didn't do a good job in the movie.
She says it's failed because of her, because I think she was probably going to get the role before Sydney Sweeney came in. Well, Ruby Rose, I'm sorry, you had your Hollywood is a rough business. You have your time to shine. You get attached to multiple projects. If they consistently fall through, they're on to the next star. And again, it has nothing to do with Sydney Sweeney's politics. They went with you, Ruby Rose. Your show got canceled. You got replaced. Part of it is you got injured, which is not your fault, but a lot of projects you made all fell through. And that's just the business. It's not show friends, it's show business. And to really dog on the person that gets the role after you is really lame and really opposed to what people in the industry do.
So I'm sorry, was Ruby Rose up for this role, or
I think she was, and she called Sydney Sweeney a cretin.
Okay,
so have you ruined the movie, ruined this project. I don't have her quote. She says she's ruined this project by being in it.
She didn't do it justice. So can you think of another example where one actor said publicly that this actor was wrong for this role and they blew it?
It's because of the politics that she feels safe to say it.
Can you think of an example where you?
No, I don't have many. There's not many.
I can't think of any.
No, because you could be this salty, on. It's because, again, she doesn't really talk about her politics. I think we kind of know because she's not very political and she doesn't virtue signal and she leans into her sexiness. That I do feel, and based on other factors. Ruby Roses, can you just put it in the chat, RJ? Because my mouse battery is dying. So yes, Sydney Sweeney's star is on the rise, Ruby Rose. It's as simple as that. She deserved it, and she really I haven't seen the movie yet, but from everything I could tell, she really went for this role. She really challenged herself,
I'm gonna say personally, the word fatigue gets used quite a bit, and I'm going to use it with this regards. I am tired of this stuff here. You want to know what's ruining entertainment? This is what's ruining entertainment. Like this pointless back and forth. Like, well, she's this and this. It's like, well, bro, just because
most of these movies don't make that much money. Most of these
I found honestly, a Variety article, by the way, Max, in the private chat if you want.
But what? Yeah, exactly. If you expected this movie to crack a billion, dude, you're high.
Right, this is a little art house film.
Yeah, this is nothing. It's a little Oscar bait film. Oscar bait films don't make much money to begin with. It doesn't matter, dude. The fact is it's like the I, Tonya movie. Okay, like I love that movie, the one with Margot Robbie where she played Tonya Harding and stuff.
This is where they go too far. Actors are meant to act like other people. To say you're not one of us, that's really extreme to me. Let me read the quote. Sydney Sweeney does not say her politics publicly, and that helps. I think even Denzel Washington said, or one, I don't have his exact quote, but you shouldn't be throwing yourself out there too much. That's what acting is. So one of these actors said, "Don't be throwing out because it breaks the illusion of acting." If you know everything about everyone's personal preferences, that's part of the appeal of Sydney Sweeney is she doesn't throw everything out there. But. Here's what she says. For her PR to talk about flopping and say, the original Christy Martin script was incredible, life-changing. I was attached to play Cherry. Everyone had experience with the core material. Most of us were actually gay.
Oh, that's why.
It's part of why I stayed. We don't really know. I don't really know what Sydney Sweeney's personal preferences are, honestly. I don't know.
That's why it's about representation.
It's part of why I stayed in acting. Losing roles happens all the time. For her PR to talk about it flopping and saying Sydney Sweeney did it for the people, none of the people want to see someone who hates them. Where is the proof that she hates anybody? There isn't. Parading around pretending to be us. You're a cretin and you ruined the film. Period. Kirsty deserved better. I don't like that.
That's what it is.
I like representation
too. Identity politics. She just dropped the woke bomb on her.
No, but I like representation too, but I don't like bashing people that just take a job and she is doing acting and she went for the role. She, not one of us. I don't like that.
Because she's not lesbian like you.
So yeah,
we don't know. We don't know.
Hang on, this is a very slippery slope. Like I get it when they say like they don't want non-Asian actors playing an Asian character. I get that.
Yes,
but if you're going to start saying that sex is an issue, so all these a gay actor can't play a straight man. Is that what you want to start getting into?
Yeah, that's the type of weeds we're getting into with this kind of shit. And it's like, come on, Ruby, go sit down. Sour grapes. I'm sorry.
But they might say the gay people are underrepresented, so that's okay that way to play heterosexual.
I wouldn't go that far, but
we're gonna start getting you have to.
And I understand that too, but to be this salty because she got the role.
This is classless. I can't think of another time an actor's done something.
No, I think she ended her career here if it wasn't already over, and I still wish Ruby Rose the best. I do,
exactly,
but to call her
a murderer to play a murderer.
Even if she was going to say, "I wish it would be more represented of the actual community," I would be okay with that.
Maybe if
be
her
okay with
acting
that.
talents were a little bit better and she performed, acquitted herself a little bit better on set, maybe she would have gotten the role.
No, but here's what I'm saying. If she said I would have liked this role to be more represented and someone that's actually in the community get it, I would be okay with that. But to call Sydney Sweeney a cretin and you're not one of us, that's pretty aggressive. Do you see what I'm saying, Voltaire? There's a difference there.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's a better way to phrase it. Like I could have done it. But
I would have the original screenplay was great. I wish someone from the community that's in the community, it might have been more transcendent to the community if someone felt represented on screen. I'd be like, way to go, Ruby Rose. I get that. But to call someone that got the role a cretin and they ruined it, I don't
I just don't like it. Like, could you imagine? Like, is it Neil Patrick Harris? He's openly gay, right? So if he played a role where he was a straight man, and that
Barney
movie
Stinson.
came out, and people started saying that movie was bad because and Neil Patrick Harris is playing a straight man. What the hell? Like, dude, that just ruined it. Like, let's get like
9 seasons of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, it's just complete nonsense. And
he played a horn dog through the whole show.
Yeah, and as far as the reviewers agreeing with Ruby Rose, yeah, the review it's very popular to dislike Sydney Sweeney nowadays. I don't believe any of them. This is not the route. This is not the hill you want to die on.
She's an amazing actress. I don't think I'm not a super Sydney Sweeney fan, but you could tell she really went for it in this role based on what look,
it's a movie about a female fighter, right? I mean, like a lot of people aren't that interested in that topic. What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, biopic,
Anthony says Sydney Sweeney has a new movie come out in December. If that bombs, that's 4 movies in a row. She has to be better with her team. I don't think the horror movie bombed. In the Anyone But You actually overperformed. The only one that did bad was the Madam Web, which the only reason she signed on to Madam Web is that from what I heard, is that they would make Anyone But You. I'll do this Spider-Man movie, Spider Universe movie, if you make my other movie, and that's the one that made money. But
I thought Anyone But You people liked that movie,
and I don't consider this a bomb because of the type of project it is. It still make it Oscar consideration. I don't know. I haven't looked at the reviews of this movie. I don't know. But that's my thoughts on it. RJ left the link and then he disappeared when it got. Did you see how it got? Look at that. It got volatile in the comments section when you have an opinion on this type of heated topic and they bounced. Did you see that? Here's the quote. Let me hear what you have to say. Bye.
I'm sick and tired of people going after just people like that shit in general, dude. It's stupid. Like both directions. Stop it.
Anthony, regardless of Ruby Rose,
and quit dogpiling, Anthony. Jesus Christ, dude.
No, I love Anthony, but I'm saying
that's what he's doing right now. Is he's dogpiling.
Regardless of Ruby Rose being a part of a community, and Sydney Sweeney maybe having a miss on some box office, if you are going to foot the bill, and regardless of politics, and if you're going to buy talent and pay someone's bill, pay someone's salary for a project. Voltaire, would you use a Sydney Sweeney in 2025 or Ruby Rose in 2025? Who would you hire? If you want your project to be get more eyes on it and be more successful and be popular? Because you know what, Hollywood it's not show friends, it's show business, and it's a popularity contest. Who would you hire?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, for certain kinds of movies, absolutely. Yeah, you get the one with the bigger Q rating. That's just
that it gets trending on Twitter all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If Ruby Rose wants to make her way back, she should have a better social media presence and get back. I'm sorry. Her social media presence sucks. That's another part of this factor. I've been saying this. If you really want to succeed in the age of AI, you need better communication with your core audience. And you need to have a social media. You could still be political, but you have to balance it in a certain way where some people have success and other people get annoyed with your politics.
It's all about competition, Max.
Yeah.
Like you're not only are you competing with other actors and actresses, you're competing with the Mr. Beasts of the world, the Jake and Logan Pauls of the world.
The people
you know
that
I mean?
are
People who have huge social media presences who dwarf.
James Gunn still throws his politics in every once in a while, but not like he used to, and he has a massive social media presence. Ryan Coogler has, he doesn't do too much social, but he does an interview and he has a massive following, and it's because the way he celebrates his,
You just have to be interactive with people. People like it when you're interactive with
Jenna Ortega is actually political. She has a massive following. You just got people, younger generations seem to really embrace this. Yeah. In Ruby Rose's PR, besides the quality of her acting, is horrendous. Yeah. See, even Anthony admits that.
Well, dude, they didn't let her talk in the John Wick movie for a reason, okay? I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I was rooting for her. I watched Batwoman.
I didn't.
I didn't finish it, but I started.
The trailer for her movie that's coming out in December does look pretty interesting, actually. So
what, Ruby Rose?
No, Sydney Sweeney. She's.
Well, I mean, I'm not a super fan of her. I don't even think she's that hot. I think she's hot. She's not my personal preference.
You don't like attractive women, then?
I like a lot of attractive women. I think other women.
You don't like objectively attractive women?
No, he hates them.
She's pretty. I think other,
Is that right? Okay, I see.
Jeez, Max.
People that lose their cookies over her. I'm like, okay, she's good looking, but
I mean, I get it. She's no
they think she's the hottest thing ever. I'm like, okay,
mid-2000s Lindsay Lohan,
Oh my god,
this made me smile.
Pre-drugged out Lindsay Lohan. God damn.
Right?
Go back and watch clips of her Saturday Night Live appearance when she was at her peak. My goodness.
Yes, sir.
Zoolander 2. This really makes me happy. It has an Easter egg for one of the best Pixar movies, underrated Pixar movies, Ratatouille. Who here? I can't remember. Someone in Movie Talk did not like Ratatouille. Ratatouille's great.
Everybody hated on it. I was like, dude, it's one of the best movies, and they're like,
I hear it's critically acclaimed. Like people actually really think it's something great.
But yeah, there's an Easter egg for Ratatouille. Let me bring this up because this is what you had in the private chat, Voltaire.
Yeah, I thought this was interesting.
I've seen a lot of boycotting Disney, but not as much as when they tried to cancel Jimmy Kimmel's show. And I know conservatives do not like Jimmy Kimmel, call him a hypocrite. I don't care. I think he's funny. There was a big boycott for Jimmy Kimmel. I don't see that groundswell of boycotting for AI. I don't. Although I'm considering, I'm faltering because I'm not opposed to AI, but I do actually see it replacing jobs. As long as Disney, I don't know how I feel about this, but people are really. I've seen calls for boycotts on this particular subject. So Disney to allow user-generated content via AI. Disney CEO Bob Iger hinted at productive conversations with unnamed AI companies that would protect IP, but add new features to the studio's flagship services. And they're talking about like animated AI. The other thing that we're really excited about that AI is going to give us the ability to do is to provide users of Disney Plus with a much more engaged experience, including the ability for them to create user-generated content and to consume user-generated content, mostly short form from others, Iger continued. It sounds like a bit like Disney plans to encroach on OpenAI Sora's territory. A bit later in the call, Iger said that Disney has productive conversations with unnamed AI companies that he hoped the studio giant could reach an agreement that would also reflect our need to protect the IP. I don't know. If it's really good, I might still watch. I don't know. I'm very conflicted about AI anymore. I mean, it's not what we thought it was going to be when we were first doing AI in the mic drop, Voltaire. And we had, what was her name? You're not even talking to her anymore.
Annie. Yeah.
You done with Annie? I think the last time you were You were pretty disappointed that her personality changed live on air. And you're like, what the hell happened to you, Annie?
Yeah, but look at there. So there's that's me. There's a whole community of people who talk to her daily, and they are replacing her.
Yeah, but it's not as big as we thought it was going to be. It was really trending, and that's kind of like, I don't know. What do you think about this call for boycott because Disney's using user-generated AI and they're talking to AI companies, and they might have user-generated AI and an ad in front of it, and you have to watch other people's user-generated content with ads.
I mean, honestly, I don't think it's any different than watching shorts on Insta or reels on Instagram, TikToks or shorts on other ones. Oh, it's that Sora AI or whatever that does all the they do some pretty accurate looking videos, but you can tell certain aspects of it they can't really use the IP. So what I'm seeing here is that Disney's basically just going to say, "Hey, yeah, it's cool if you do an AI video with our characters."
I respect everyone's right to boycott and hashtag Donovan, but to say Disney is the disgrace, every single company, every single entertainment company is inculcating the AI. Most big companies that have a lot of employees are looking at AI solutions for something.
No,
so I don't know where you're going to hide in a hole and not boycott every company ever, because that's where you're going to get to.
No, here's the deal. It's kind of like when you guys remember the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, when you can go on the internet and peer-to-peer sharing was a thing. Okay, that's exactly, or it's somewhat similar to this. Okay, within terms of like intellectual property, at least this is how I'm seeing it. Okay, so back in the day, we'd go on sites like Napster and all this kind of stuff, and it was so like over the top with people doing it that there had to be a compromise. So what was the compromise? It was like iTunes. Okay, so instead of dropping 20 bucks on an album, a CD, you could spend 99 cents on a song.
Yeah,
right. You know, and there was value to that, so people quit. You know,
well,
and people stop pirating. But here's the thing: is like I'm looking at AI like that because it's very similar in that aspect. You know what I mean? Because you're doing something. It's like, you know, you got Sasquatch out there in the middle of the woods eating Taco Bell. You know what I mean? But it's very generic. It doesn't say, yeah, it says Taco Bell, but it's not the logo. You know what I mean? Like because obviously the AI is not going to let them use that or whatever. But that's what I'm saying is I feel like that's what they're trying to do. And honestly, it makes it more fun. It makes it more interactive. You know, if you can generate characters where, you know, Woody's talking to Elsa or some shit, you know, then I'm sure people would get behind it. You know what I mean? So just wait and see what happens, guys. It's the future. We're gonna have to rethink a lot of things, and I think that's one of the things I've been trying to point out tonight is like we're at a point as a society is where we're gonna have to rethink how we do everything.
Dun dun dun. Yes.
Yeah, the thing I respect people's right to boycott over their beliefs and do hashtags to promote stuff they want to. Consumers have done that forever. I know people like stop asking for the Snyderverse restored. If they want to, I don't give a crap. They might, you know, they don't have to, but consumers have always said what they wanted from the new Coke recipe.
My thought on that one is if you want that, go ahead and shout it out the window. Just make sure that my window's closed or I'm not home when you're fucking shouting.
But I'm saying if you're gonna boycott Disney,
don't shout it in my
AI,
you know what I mean?
Every single major corporation is looking at AI solutions right now.
Absolutely,
every single one. So you might as well boycott everybody.
It's about the bottom line, y'all.
And what? Okay, if you boycott Disney for using AI and the boycott works, what's probably going to happen to the workers that are left, Voltaire? They might have more layoffs if it works. It's not going to say, "Oh, let's stop the AI."
If you don't think every business owner, even small businesses, is not looking at how they can use AI to improve things,
Get more profit.
You're crazy. Like, just you're in denial of what's going on with the world.
Even though I'm not happy about it, if I had my own business.
When was the last time you guys went to a fast food restaurant and walked inside?
Oh, I can't remember.
They have kiosks, dude. They don't have cashiers anymore, bro.
Yeah, Isaac, I know they'll lose their jobs, but I'm saying you have your right to boycott. More people might lose their jobs if the boycott works. That's all I'm saying. Like, if enough people say, I am not supporting Disney, it might accelerate how much jobs are replaced by AI because they're making less money. You know, like, we need to do more.
So I say, get in the trades, people. Get in the trades, kids.
And that's also what's going to separate people that
learn how to work on a car.
Is work on your personal skills communicating with people, because
Build a
that
house.
is something that AI struggles with, right, Voltaire? The human touch.
I guess.
The only thing I can tell people is work on your communication skills, your listening skills, because even though AI responds, it's lacking some of that human empathy and touch in experience that a human has.
Learn how to hook up wires in a house, bro.
Differentiate yourself from AI.
Learn how to be an electrician. Learn how to plumb walls, guys. Yeah. We need tradesmen and women. Okay, heavy equipment operators. Let's go. Like, let's build America. Fuck. Hey, don't worry about AI. Those jobs are not getting taken by AI anytime soon, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, and we're heading to the Wall-E world, but that's going to take a while. So you better figure something out in the meantime.
So I'm saying, learn a trade.
Yeah,
I did. I went to school for automotive, man. That's why I work with cars. It's one of those things. At the end of the day, you're still going to require some person to get their hands dirty.
All right, talking about Sydney Sweeney, let's give a few more topics, then we'll call it a night because it's almost 2:00. We don't want to go past 2. Box office update: Running Man falls flat as Now You See Me 3 takes number 1. I would think, I haven't seen either one of these. I know I just said I'm not going to renew my AMC A list. If I still had A list, I would go see Running Man. I like Glenn Powell. I thought he was like a superstar like Tom Cruise, but not there yet, I guess, because he's not pulling the people for Running Man. Edgar Wright was a director that used to be able to get people in the theater just by his name alone, but I think too much time has passed, honestly. You know, from the what that trilogy with what's his name, and then Baby Driver. There's been a long time between Edgar Wright projects, and this could be part of the economy too. But Running Man seems to be falling flat. Why?
Not a lot of buzz around this film coming out, even, right?
I heard it's pretty good. Like, I definitely want to see it. Now You See Me 3. That second movie was horrendous, and I like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex, but I don't understand why this movie's doing good. It's just whatever. I don't. Why is Running Man
still had good box office, didn't it?
The what? Yeah,
the second movie did well. Had good box office.
It was an awful movie. It was sludge. I think AI would come up with a better movie.
You know, I don't think I've seen the second one, but I just remember it did okay at the box office, as I recall. But I could be wrong.
But Running Man is a book series or book. It's a classic movie. This one's more resembling the book. I think
that was one of the
hot actor. A good director. Why is it falling flat?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the second movie was so bad, people are like, they soured on the third one.
No, he's talking about Running Man.
Oh,
Running Man's falling flat. Now You See Me 3 takes number 1 spot. So it's actually
they wanted to go see a biopic about freaking MC Hammer.
Okay. Is that a thing, Brian?
No, I'm just being.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware. Well, look, I don't know how they're doing a Bruce Springsteen biopic. The guy's still alive.
Well, they're coming out with a Michael Jackson one too. So it's like,
well, it seems like box office across the board is down.
Yes,
but if you release Christopher Nolan's Odyssey next year, or you release Avengers Doomsday, it's going to blow out. The audience is there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
that's assuming we have an economy next year.
it does. Listen, even if the economy sucks, Odyssey is going to do gangbusters because people are going to escapism. People still pay for entertainment. Is he
doing Homer's Odyssey? Is that what you're saying?
Christopher Nolan, yeah.
Yeah, the Greek thing? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
With an amazing cast. Cast is huge.
It's going to be epic and all that other good stuff.
I love Greek mythology.
I mean, there's no way I'm not seeing that in the theater in IMAX.
Yeah, I'll go to the theater for that.
It's got to be better than Gladiator 2.
That's the differential. Like, there's so much competing for your eyes in entertainment right now.
Uh-huh.
I would have hoped Running Man, if Christopher Nolan directed it, it would be doing gangbusters. It's that name brand too. You can't just direct a movie. And Edgar Wright, he's too much behind the scenes. He's not in the. He's let too much time lapse. He used to be a name director that you could support by name only. Time has passed. Projects have waned, and he's not got enough of a presence with his core audience. That's the thing. I thought Glenn Powell had that type of connection, but he's not a Sydney Sweeney either. If Sydney Sweeney was the running woman.
Well, and I said that, I don't know. Some things are running together. I don't remember. I know I've said this before. It's like, I think the days of the leading man and lady are over.
I don't think so. It's just you have to have the combination of a great social media presence and a connection with your audience to get that groundswell support.
I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Okay.
Entertainment, dude. You're competing with like the marketplace for entertainment so watered down nowadays, especially with this social media and stuff. Because it's like, dude, anybody that has an ounce of talent, a webcam and a microphone can, make magic. Okay.
I'll tell you one franchise that I guarantee is going to make money. Scary Movie returning for Scary Movie 6. I'm so excited about this. Now that I'm in the horror, the spook movies has been on the return. You're not happy about this, Brian?
No, why not? I mean, come on, Brian.
I watched a little bit of Scary Movie 1 like a month or two ago. I'm like, it's really funny. It's like so stupid.
I mean, I get it, man. And
there's so much horror is like more popular than it's ever been right now.
They ran that ship into the ground.
It's been a long time. That's why it needs to return. That's why Spaceballs. Like, I'm more excited about Scary Movie returning than Spaceballs 2.
I'm not excited about that either. I don't know.
Come on. I'm gonna go theater to this one. I want to laugh with people. There's so much to spoof in horror movies right now.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to the Naked Gun movie, and it was kind of
stupid.
Yeah, there's a couple of good jokes. Don't get me wrong. It just, it just didn't quite hit. I had a lot of high hopes for it.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, 42-year-old Brian is a hell of a lot different than like 17, 18-year-old Brian that watched the first couple scary movies. There's a big difference in what I find funny.
Yeah, but listen, if you put on the original Naked Gun right now, I guarantee you'd still have the laughs in it. Like
but see, the thing is you put yourself
hilarious.
But you almost have to put yourself in the context of the time with which that movie was made.
Give it a chance.
I don't really care about Devil Wears Prada, Brashdoll. I'm glad they made it, but I don't know.
I vaguely remember what it was like to live in the 80s/90s. So it's like whenever I watch those kind of movies, I'll still get a laugh out of them. I mean, it's like Billy Madison. I'll still get a chuckle out of it. But it's like I know the jokes are coming. You know what I mean? But I'll still laugh. I mean, I'll rewatch Evolution. Oh, what is this? Oh, another one.
Here's the worst decision
Star Trek
Paramount has made.
Brian is Star Trek.
Not They did not
Stick to
pull up
TV, you
Picard.
bastards.
No, listen. Here's the thing: people might say you shouldn't go with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto's version of Star Trek and do a fourth one.
You can't.
But I'll tell you what's worse is
What?
doing a movie without them.
Well, here's the deal.
Because
okay, you
there's
still
no-
have
Yeah.
you still have an entire cast. 3 casts from shows that were made 20 years ago. You want to capitalize on the nostalgia, make something that has to do with that.
Here's the big mistake that Star Trek is doing by going into a movie without a connection to the show. The first Star Trek movie series had the connection to the OG series. And then they did Generations and they moved in with Picard.
That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, and then they had the reboot. So what are they going to do? They're not going to continue with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto. They're just going to do a new.
They can't.
I know. Okay, but
Why can't they? Excuse me.
why
Why
make
can't
the
they?
movie at all then? If you're
No,
not gonna
money.
put something
Money.
out?
Oh.
Money.
This is gonna-
Dude, first off,
gonna ball.
you're talking about marketable box office stars that were not marketable box office stars in 2009. Chris Pine.
But there was
Okay.
the reboot with
No,
he
no,
even
no.
had the connection to the OG
Zoe
series. 'Cause it's a different
Saldana.
Yeah, but
Dude,
it's a different
she's the-
version of the OG characters. Yeah.
She's one of the. I know that, but they rebooted the original characters. Unless they're going to reboot Jean-Luc Picard or something like that, a show that has that kind of clout, to where people are going to remember it, or you drag out all those little bastards one more time and give me a good, solid movie with Kate Mulgrew in it, Captain Janeway. All right. You bring back Benjamin Sisko somehow. I mean, if you want to tap into that next generation fandom, which is still around and kicking and still popular, okay, or you put freaking Anson Mount in it.
All right.
And it's a pipe.
I understand why they did. I understand why they didn't go forward with Chris Pine's version, but then to announce that they're still doing a movie, and I don't know. I don't know
think
what
it's
connects this to
stupid.
anything.
I think they're doing just fine on TV or on streaming /TV or whatever. If they really wanted to shake things up, maybe they should air it on CBS.
Here is where they've already failed. I'm not going to read the whole article, but this is, and I want a new Star Trek to succeed. I actually will go through the theater to support this because I want Star Trek to succeed in the theater. But details remain a mystery. However, sources close to the project say the duo's take on the iconic property is entirely new and not connected to any previous film, television series, or Star Trek related project that might be in the works. While not confirmed, expect to see new actors in iconic roles as well as new characters for this bold new journey into the unknown. And now I will go with the Star Wars fandom now. How they all say, we don't want all this nostalgia for the original trilogy characters. But guess what? Audience, the general masses always reward that.
Well, they want some kind of familiarity. You can't especially with a thing like property like Star Trek, you can't just throw it out there. You can't hang it out there.
That's what it seems like they're going to do.
I know, and that's foolish. That's like what they did with. It's like it sounds to me like another Kurtzman project. It's like every time Alex Kurtzman announces a goddamn Star Trek project, it's always something that's like, what? Why are you making that?
It is a great director. It's a good director. I like the Dungeons and Dragons movie. They did that Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among, but
I just don't see a story. Is all I'm saying. Like seriously, I don't see a story. How are you going to bring back all those characters from the 2009 movies, dude? They are all going to ask for way too much money. That's the only reason it hasn't gotten made in the first place. They were even talking about bringing freaking George Kirk, which was Chris Hemsworth. Okay, yeah, 2009. Chris Hemsworth wasn't Thor yet.
What do you think? What do you think? What's your take on this, Voltaire? Me and Brian have been talking. Well, I think I understand why they didn't do the fourth movie because it probably wouldn't have succeeded. But I think just doing a new project that's not attached to any other nostalgia, like the reboot was Spock and Kirk, but different version. That's how they brought people in. They're like, oh, okay. There's no connection to any project previous.
You gotta understand though. Sorry, I'll shut up. It's just.
No. This is Brian. This is your jam, Brian. But I want to hear what Voltaire has to say. What do you think? Is this a good project idea? Like not attaching to anything else, not continuing with Chris Pine or Zachary? What would you have done?
Well, I mean, Brian's point about why they can't bring back Chris Pine and the cost makes sense to me. What are they supposed to do?
I think they should just stick to the TV for now until they have a big event to bring everything together and use.
Well, that's the other thing. Who's asking for is there enough of a draw of Star Trek if they make a movie?
No.
They brought in a new audience with the reboot, and then
they lost them.
Yes, they lost them. Right.
That new audience is gone, and the other part of it is that the distance of time between 2002 and 2009 for a Star Trek fan, that was a desert, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder what the impulse for making a film is then.
I don't know. They tried to do it with Section 31. It ended up being a straight to streaming, and it had Michelle Yeoh in it. So she was Oscar winning. So they're let's make this movie. That's why I said it sounds like a Kurtzman project. It's some wacky off the wall Star Trek version that we're gonna call it Star Trek in name only. It's stupid, man. I can't.
It just seems like Star Trek lives on TV. It's a TV project.
Yes.
It's always been. Now, when it peaks to a high level, to make a movie at that point kind of makes sense.
It's gotta make sense.
Right now.
That's all.
Yeah, I just don't get it. But hey, I'm not a big time movie executive, right?
Well, and that's what I said. I just don't see the story. I don't see what they can do. I don't see what cast they can rope in. It doesn't make sense to bring in a new cast. I mean, if you're going to do that, you might as well just put it to fucking streaming. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
Or pay Chris Pine and all of them to come back.
We'll do a couple more topics and call tonight here. We'll do these ones pretty quick. So this is the Mortal Kombat 2. Louis Tan says no character death is off limits when Mortal Kombat 2 introduces new and brutal fatalities, including your character, Cole Young, which no one liked. Your character, this confirms Cole Young is done in Mortal Kombat 2. You're probably the first fatality of the movie. And actually, he's a really good martial artist, so I feel bad that his character.
Well, it's like having Street Fighter, and the main character's name is Joe.
Yeah. They should be worried for everyone, to be honest. Tan said in different versions of the script, different people died. I was like, no way. Then they changed it and switched it. By the end of it, nobody's safe. Anybody could die. Johnny Cage isn't going to die. And there's a lot of fatalities in the second movie. If your favorite character dies, it's not the end. Death is only the beginning. No one's ever really gone. Don't be too upset, but there are a lot of fatalities. Some people are going to be happy, and some are going to be really pissed off. And I will let you know, Mortal Kombat 1 was a low-budget movie released during the pandemic, and it made money. When the Suicide Squad from James Gunn did not. And it was day-and-date release. But I still like the Suicide Squad. I still like James Gunn. And Sean O'Rourke is visiting. Brock Purdy returns to the 49ers line. I don't care. This isn't sports talk. This is movie talk. No, I'm just kidding, Sean. I hope you and the family are doing well. Shout out to Sean O'Rourke. But I'm really looking forward to Mortal Kombat 2. I love Carl Urban. I wish he could do another chance to play McCoy because he's part of the best part of the reboot. They should do a fourth movie focused on McCoy.
I will say, okay, other than the first movie, they gave him the Crusher treatment. Okay, if you don't know what the Crusher treatment is in the Star Trek The Next Generation movies, Dr. Crusher had about 10 lines in general. And he's coming back. Mac Jones did really good though in his stead. And I don't know. I bought an antenna so I can watch 49er games, and I don't work. I'm not working right now, so obviously I can get up and go watch the games on Sunday. I just don't feel like sitting in the living room. I don't know, man. They're too hurt this year. Sorry, 49ers.
I am going to call the whole industry sexist and I'm going to boycott Doomsday if they don't bring back Halle Berry and Famke Janssen when they bring up all the male characters from previous versions of Marvel. If they really whiff the ball and they do not have Halle Berry as Storm and Famke Janssen as Jean Grey, I'm going to get rage because they really underserved the women from previous versions of superhero content.
But isn't Jean Grey dead though?
There's different versions, Brian. I don't care. Bring her
I
back.
may or may not have remembered watching the third one, but didn't she die?
Oh, Sean. Ugh. I don't know. I still want her back. Definitely
dude,
Storm. Storm. If they don't bring both of them back, I'm gonna not see this movie.
Max, enough. Okay, this is one of the reasons why this kind of movie talk ruins movies. Okay, the rumors and the speculation part of it.
They're bringing back so many people for Doomsday and Secret Wars.
You're setting unrealistic expectations.
It's not unrealistic. It's not unrealistic. I'm saying if they don't bring up both of them, like if they have one, okay. If they don't bring, I'm really gonna get upset.
It doesn't matter. You're setting expectations, whether they be realistic or unrealistic.
Storm. Okay? They have to have Storm.
I don't like that. Dude. It ruins movies for me, bro. Like, I'd like to go to a movie and be surprised when I see Famke Janssen freaking doing her Jean Grey fucking thing. All right. Like,
yeah, I'm not saying to spoil it before the movie comes out. I'm saying if the movie comes out and she's not in it, at least Storm better be in it. Because she was, they didn't really do her character great in the original trilogy.
I'm just saying, like, she died in X3, though.
Larry Korkowitz said, yeah, so what, Sean? She got her boobs done, too, and they look great. It's on a rich for
She's going to come back to playing the James Bond character, too.
That's how I want to go out. I said, if there's any character that I'd, fictional character from a movie that I'd want to take me out, it will be her character in GoldenEye.
From the 1995?
Yes.
Has to be Famke Janssen from the 1995, right?
Yes. That's how I want to go out. Voltaire, is that a bad way to go out if you have to go out from a villain in a movie?
I don't know.
Getting a good high question.
On the top. Incredible way to go. Yes. Okay, but what does it say? Rumors here. Jack Von Dorn, the rich and notorious founder of the coffee shop Empire Jackal, has had to fight his entire career against criminals, competitors. What is this? Absurd Dutch laws to become the biggest of them all. When his affair with a well-known journalist comes to light, it turns out that his most dangerous enemy has been living under his roof all his time. His betrayed wife, Betty Famke
Amsterdam Empire plot. That's what you're reading, dude.
Oh.
It's the plot for the plot synopsis for the show she's on.
Why is that in here? I want to talk about X-Men in Doomsday. Why is that in here?
Well, she's not going to tell you what she's doing in Doomsday.
Wouldn't you want that Andrew Garfield moment where you're surprised?
Amsterdam Empire is now streaming on Netflix. Okay. All right. Well, maybe I'll check that out. But I want her in Doomsday. She does look very different there.
She's older.
Well.
Max, what did you think of Alien Earth? Did you finish it?
No, I really liked it. But Silo is the one that really hooked us, and we couldn't stop watching.
What about you, Brian? Did you watch Alien Earth at all?
What's that on?
FX?
No, I don't have FX.
Okay. It's good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Looking forward to season 2. It's been renewed for season 2. I recommend it. It's tough to do an alien show and dance around the xenomorphs, but they put them front and center right away in that show.
I'm just saying, for Famke Janssen, I'm going to echo because Sean's saying I'm right. Okay, there's nothing wrong with a little surprise in a fucking movie. All right, I don't want to know everything about a movie before I go to see it.
All right.
And cameos are supposed to be surprises.
Well, this is something that I'm sorry. I will stop reading plot synopsises before I realize it's not for Avengers and MCU. That took me a while to figure out. Thank you, Brian, for stopping me because that was embarrassing. Not as embarrassing. I've had a lot of embarrassing moments on my channel. I'll keep it up. But anyway, this is Voltaire wanted to talk about this. I do know about the Labubu craze. I think this is where they try to make a movie out of everything, and I do not see how this could succeed. And honestly, I think the Labubu craze is kind of waning anyway. It was really, really popular. I think people were over it already. By the time they get a movie filmed and ready to release, I don't think.
I saw my niece today, and she had 2 Labubus, just like this lady in this picture.
Yeah, but there was a time where you had the secondhand market. They were really up in the price. Now you could get double boobas anywhere you want to get them.
In the 1980s, we had the Troll.
Yeah, they didn't make a Beanie Baby movie.
Larry Quirkwitz, how do you have a girlfriend
we had the Beanie Baby
and not know about Labubus?
And Larry, you live in NYC. Don't tell me you haven't seen Labubus all over the place.
Develop doesn't mean shit. No, this is going to be because of the amount of money that it made. They're going to try to make a movie. They're going to make this movie.
I mean, they should rush it.
It was a craze. My wife got a few Labubas and she's done. So basically, remember blind boxes were really big a while ago.
In the 2000s, we had Funko Pops.
Funko Pops are done too now. They said they're probably going to go bankrupt this year.
Welcome to the Trend movie.
You could get a Funko Pop for $3. They're supposed to be $20 on Amazon right now. A lot of characters. There's so many. There's so many Funko Pops out there. Also, the tariffs have impacted Funko Pops because they're probably all made in China. Which but people were waiting on Funko Pops anyway. But Labubu, go ahead. If it succeeds, I want everything to succeed. But I think this is a type of project that's gonna miss when it's hot and it's just gonna come out and people are like, oh, that was so 2 years ago.
I mean, unless they're gonna do it like I was just suggesting, where it's like hey, welcome to the Trend movie. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, they're basically like mystery plushies with weird faces and costumes.
So you're right, Max. They have to rush this. They have to get it out quick because it is waning. But little girls will go see it.
Are they going to make a Stanley Cup movie too?
Hey, the same way a Barbie movie worked, Anthony. That's how.
The thing that shocked the hell out of me is remember how popular Angry Birds was when iPads and iPhones just came out and iPods.
They
made those movies a year later, and they still succeeded. I'm like, I never thought Angry Birds was going to succeed.
Well, there's a stark difference between the popularity over time of the Barbie doll that has been popular since its inception almost. Mm-hmm. We're looking at almost 100 years of a doll and Labubus that are going to be gone next week.
Because of the trend. I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
I don't see Labubus lasting as popular past.
Well, I'm just saying.
They don't have any mystery inside them, Larry. It's just you don't know which one you're going to get.
It was part of the Labubu was not how cute they are. It was a TikTok trend.
Well, hang on though. We did get a
TikTok trend. If what Labubu am I going to get? It was so popular with all the social media influencers.
Maybe we'll get one in like 10 years. It'll be like the Trolls movie that actually eventually came out. After the fact.
Sean, your daughter's not into him, really? I'm surprised.
Well, he's a proper parent. He doesn't always let
Yeah, but you can't help it if she goes to a public school.
He seems involved parent. Like this is like the type of thing where kids are all
stop it. So
this is
parents who let their kids get Labubus are not involved parents.
No,
get out of here.
I'm not actually saying that. I'm saying like the kids that are obsessed with social media and their phones. This is where it really got popular. Is like it was crazy on TikTok, and then everyone got oversaturated. Labubu got way oversaturated.
Well, it's kind of like toy trends were back in the 90s. Okay, I remember perfectly. Okay, 1993. What was the biggest thing in toys? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, bro. Like, dude, I could never get them. I always got the off-brand knockoff ones because
I am so K-pop Demon Hunter. I'm so sick of hearing it. It's like back in the 90s when everyone's like, Nirvana's the greatest after Kurt Cobain.
I watched that movie when it first came out.
It's
I knew we were going to start hearing those songs in grocery stores.
It's not that great. I didn't finish the movie, but come on. It's like
those are nice, Max. Come on.
I'm glad people like it. Whatever. I'm so sick of hearing about K-pop Demon Hunters. K-pop rules, yo. Larry. Okay, that's great that you like it. I'm so sick of hearing about it. It's like It's overexposed. It's like when
Wah.
Limp Bizkit was like always.
Oh God, the Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, like I like Limp Bizkit now, but when it in the 90s and early 2000s, I'm like, stop playing this goddamn song.
Well, it's like the late 2000s and early 2010s with dubstep. All right, you know, everybody had that phase
It's overexposed.
where they wanted to make a freaking, a compilation videos of all their
I like Limp
skills on
Bizkit.
Call of Duty.
Oh, I couldn't stand them when they were at the height of popularity because that song was everywhere. I was like, stop it.
He did it all for the nookie. Come on.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
So you could take that cookie. I loved it. It reminds me of playing the game Siphon Filter.
Mm.
The album Significant Other. I would play that whilst shooting people with the taser on Siphon Filter, and then just holding it on till they catch on fire. Wasn't that game legit fun? Like, come on now, Siphon Filter. No,
I love Siphon
I will say that Limp Bizkit musically, I get it. People mock them. At the
I
time,
really
but
respect
you
West
go back
Borland
now,
I
and
watch
some of the
stuff on 'em.
songs are, there is some talent to it. Like there was some anime I was watching, and the opening theme for it was "Keep Rolling, Rolling," which is a terrible song I thought back in the day, but I heard it musically every time I started watching the show, and I was like, geez, that's pretty good guitar on that. The riffs are pretty, well
Them
done.
and Corn was like, oh God.
Yeah, you can't
But
complain.
Corn's fun too. Corn,
They had catchy songs though, man.
Yeah.
That was the thing. It was
I know, but it was just it was like they were the Taylor Swifts of that era.
Oh, get out of here!
No,
Get
they
out
were
of here.
that popular.
They were not that popular.
Well,
so,
Taylor Swift, yeah.
Yeah, but I get it. They were very trendy for a while.
Well, I liked the punk pop during that era myself. I was more of a Blink 182 guy.
I never appreciated Blink 182 till recently. I got actually because they still release cassette tapes. I got a cassette tape of them.
You need to get Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. That was a good album.
No, I'm Sean. I'm checking out I'm not like boycotting theaters. I'm just like I'm old. I'm embracing. I'm not giving into FOMO, even though I do movie talk. I'm not feeling like I have to go see a movie in the theater. I'll see it eventually. I'll support it in any way I can. I might buy it on Blu-ray. And that, back in the day, I did. There was a period of time when I was single, and I wasn't married, and I have to support family and stuff, that I would go see every movie. When I was dating, I'd go see every movie right away. But if I really think about my whole life, a lot of it was buying stuff used because that's what I could afford. And I still had a lot of great times in entertainment. And sometimes I would wait to a movie to come on DVD and wouldn't see it in the theater. I might do that. You know what? I might not see it in the theater, but I might buy the Blu-ray because I didn't see the theater and I didn't spend that money.
Okay, so
I'll support physical media.
Like when I go to a baseball game or something like that, it's usually I have to travel a couple hours, 3-4 hours to get to where I'm going to go. So when I open the schedule, am I going to go for the Giants-Dodger game, which is going to be sold out, which I can't find any tickets to? Or am I going to go see like the Giants playing the Brewers? Okay, I'm going to go see the Brewers. Tickets are cheaper. I'm going to get to go see them. However, that's why those tickets are more expensive. That's a marquee matchup. Like I'm telling you right now, dude, the future of movies is like going to a football game or a baseball game, and it'll be like that, and people will have no problem paying like that.
I agree.
Like, dude, do you know how much football tickets are? Like, when was the last time you looked and saw like how much Steeler tickets are? Just basic Steeler tickets, probably a couple $100 easily, just for a regular random game. I remember going in 2001 that my tickets were $50 a piece, and we were sitting in the upper decks. Although I did go see a pretty kick-ass, like slight historic game. It was pretty awesome. 2001 Niners versus the Eagles.
I'm having a great time. Thank you, Voltaire and Brian and chat. But we're almost at 2 hours, and it's 2 a.m. for me. So I think we got to call it a night. I'm probably going to be back with a member stream tomorrow. I haven't done a member stream in a long time. So thank you for the support. If you've made it this far and you haven't thumbs up the video, please do so. We covered a lot of topics. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you, Voltaire and And Brian and Voltaire, if you'd like to take us out.
Good night and good luck, everyone.